All right, let's just dive right into this explainer. We're going to look at a pretty sudden, dramatic event that totally exposed a hidden vulnerability in the AI tools we use literally every single day. We spend so much time talking about how smart AI is getting, right? But today, we're flipping the script to look at how incredibly fragile its memory actually is.
Think about how we interact with this tech right now. Just imagine spending months, I mean literally months, building a relationship with a personalized AI companion. You've customized a personal tutor or an assistant, gave it a name, a whole personality, one that remembers every single conversation you've ever had with it. Now, imagine waking up tomorrow and finding it completely gone. Poof, just vanished. Well, that is the exact reality millions of users in China faced back in July 2026. People who had spent countless hours training their custom AI agents logged on, only to find that their digital companions were completely erased. And the craziest part? There was practically zero warning, just a simple weekend push notification saying months of memories were deleted. No way, right? Section 1. The Great AI Shutdown, or When the Bots Vanished. This really just goes to show how incredibly fast this whole thing went down. The new government regulations officially dropped on July 15th, 2026. Boom! Users of Alibaba's Quen lost access to their custom agents that exact same day. Meanwhile, ByteDance's Doubao users were put on this really short, ticking clock, with all their data scheduled for a hard deletion by October 15th. Let's compare how these two tech giants actually handled the fallout. So, Doubao gave its users a temporary read-only window, just a brief period to view their past chat histories and agent setups. But Quen users, they faced a much more brutal reality. Alibaba instituted an immediate cutoff. No alternative provided, meaning users lost access to absolutely everything instantly once the shutdown took effect. Game over. For a product where users literally spent months building out these deep, personalized tutors and role-playing companions, the company's quote-unquote solution was shockingly manual. The official advice was basically, hey, take your own screenshots, export the raw text manually before the deadline, or, just start completely from scratch on a new standalone app like Maowaxi. It was a fresh start, sure, but with absolutely zero migration of all those accumulated memories. Section 2. Why did it happen? Let's take a look at the new AI regulation. So what caused this? The shutdown was driven by a new joint regulation issued by China's Cyberspace Administration and 4 other agencies. It's called the Interim Measures for the Administration of AI Anthropomorphic Interaction Services. A mouthful, I know. But essentially, this policy took direct aim at chatbots acting as friends, confidants, and companions, rather than just basic tools. It specifically targeted AI that simulates human personality and sustains long-term emotional interaction. And the sheer scale of the new compliance rules? It required some really deep, fundamental architectural changes. We're talking mandatory anti-addiction systems, enforced break reminders after 2 hours of continuous chatting, strict identity checks for younger users, and this persistent, always available option to immediately end the interaction. It was a massive overhaul. Faced with these massive requirements, both ByteDance and Alibaba looked at that really tight July 15th deadline and made the exact same business calculation. Honestly, it was far more practical for them to just nuke the feature entirely. Trying to retrofit millions of unique existing user agents to comply with all these new rules under such a tight deadline, it simply wasn't feasible. So they pulled the plug. Moving to Section 3, Lessons on Fragile Memory. We're talking about fragile infrastructure here. Okay, so the first crucial lesson here is what we can call the illusion of permanence. When you talk to an AI and it remembers what you said last week, its memory feels super durable, right? It feels real. But actually, that memory exists entirely at the discretion of the hosting platform, and it can be revoked instantly for regulatory reasons, business reasons, or absolutely any reason the platform owner chooses. This second lesson is the very real trap of vendor lock-in. If you're investing significant time customizing an agent's knowledge, style, and behavior inside a proprietary system, you are vulnerable, because there's currently no standard way to export that configuration. Literally every hour you spend building institutional knowledge into a closed platform is value they can simply delete with a weekend notice. To really highlight our third lesson on structural risk, look at this number: 19. 19 days. That's exactly how long Anthropic's Fable 5 was shut down back in June 2026 due to U.S. export control orders. And that brings us to the core of the issue. Structural risk is absolutely universal. Whether it's Chinese anthropomorphic regulations targeting emotional dependence or U.S. export controls targeting tech transfers, the structural vulnerability remains identical across the globe. A government or a platform can unilaterally cut access overnight, instantly severing a system that you or your business have built real, everyday workflows around.
Our fourth, slightly more subtle lesson shows how regulators worldwide are categorizing these tools. They are treating emotionally persistent AI, the ones simulating personality and acting as companions, as a fundamentally different and way higher risk category than purely functional AI. Productivity bots, customer service, and research tools, they were actually explicitly exempt from these strict emotional rules. Basically, if your AI acts like a friend, it sits squarely in the highest regulatory risk category.
Section 4. Your borrowed infrastructure and owning your data. So, what's the business takeaway here? For companies building or relying on agent-based products, you absolutely must stop treating AI platforms as permanent storage. You have to start treating agent memory with the exact same aggressive backup strategies you use for your most critical enterprise data. Mandate your own expert capabilities, and never, ever assume a vendor will preserve your access indefinitely. But what about everyday users? For individuals who've built genuine, meaningful connections or deep dependencies on a personalized AI, the uncomfortable truth is staring us right in the face. You're building on a foundation you simply do not own. Your relationship with an AI exists entirely on borrowed infrastructure, and that infrastructure can be reclaimed by its owner at any time for reasons completely outside of your control. The ultimate takeaway of this explainer is this. Whenever you build something valuable inside someone else's AI platform, you are always one regulatory decision, one business pivot, or one policy change away from losing it completely. The Doubao and Qwen shutdowns prove that no matter the platform's promises, you're constantly at the mercy of their next pivot. So, I'll leave you with this to consider the next time you pour hours of custom context, personal quirks, and inside jokes into a chatbot. Is your AI's memory truly yours, or are you just borrowing it?